Hey guys, in today's video we are talking a very controversial topic, which is Royal Caribbean versus Disney Cruise Line. Now, I am not here to say that one cruise line is better than the other. I could never say that because I think they both offer really good service and value. However, I'm just going to be looking at different categories that make up an overall cruise vacation. And this is not to offend anyone. I know we have our loyal to royals and we have our Disney addicts. So I guess I kind of fit somewhere in between because I love both of these cruise lines. This is literally just my opinion, and yeah, let's have fun with it and let's get started. Let's begin with the very first day, boarding day experience. And Royal Caribbean has a lot more ships in their fleet. Disney right now only has about 5, almost 6 next year with the Destiny coming out. Royal Caribbean has many more, like 20 or something like that. So obviously Royal Caribbean is going to need more manpower to move all of these people through their terminal. When I went this summer, we went on the Wonder of the Seas. It was at full capacity and we were in and out of the terminal, like walking on the gangway in 15 minutes. I was like, oh my goodness, like how did this even happen? We never stopped. We literally walked through security. We walked through like guest services where they check you in, and then we took our picture and got on the boat. Now, Disney Cruise Line is also very well organized in terms of their terminal. I didn't really have any hiccups sailing with them either. But if I had to give a point to this, I would say Royal Caribbean, simply because of the sheer amount of people that they move in a quick, organized fashion. A lot of stuff can be done on the app, whereas with Disney, I mean, for international people, you're almost always gonna have to stop at their little check-in booth because you can't upload like certain visas or certain passports. So there's a few little glitches that you may run by if you're international, or if you have like another child traveling with you. If you're taking like a godchild or a cousin out of the country, you're gonna have to stop and talk to someone, which may slow your process down. Now let's talk about a very important category to everyone, and that is food options. So both of these cruise lines have a good variety of food offerings. They both have a buffet. Royal Caribbean's buffet is opened a few more times than Disney's. They're open breakfast, lunch, and dinner, whereas Disney's buffet is usually breakfast and lunch. They both offer some type of main room dining. However, Disney's is a rotational dining, so you're actually going to go to 3 different restaurants, versus Royal Caribbean is one big stationary restaurant. Both of these cruise lines are also going to offer kind of like your poolside dining, so those quick service options. They both have little cafes and coffee shops as well. Royal Caribbean, depending on which ship you go, like some of these mega, like the Oasis class, the Icon class, obviously you're going to get a lot more options, just like a lot more specialty dining, but they both have the specialty offerings. Hands down, my favorite specialty restaurant, if I had to choose, is Palo on Disney Cruise Line. I love Palo. Palo brunch is my favorite meal in life. Although Royal Caribbean does give more options, I think Disney Cruise Line's value and actual like taste and quality of the food is a tiny bit better. I really like the quality of their food, and I don't feel like you have to pay extra to get it. So for food options, I'm gonna give this to Disney Cruise Line. Now let's dive into the Kids Club, and I'm not even gonna waste your time. Disney wins in this category. Disney's Kids Club is highly themed, highly interactive. They have amazing activities. You have characters who come and visit. The newer ship, like the Wish, they have like these art centers, they do science experiments, and they do those things on Royal Caribbean as well. But I feel like Royal Caribbean's Kids Club seems like an afterthought, especially on the Wonder of the Seas. It's this tiny room, like so small for all of these kids. My kids they didn't even enjoy the Kids Club on Royal Caribbean, but that Disney Club, oh my goodness, they absolutely love it. They never want to leave. They don't want me to come pick them up. And as a parent who's vacationing with children, you want your kids to be happy. And so for me, it's Disney Cruise Line for their Kids Club. I'm not surprised by this. Disney is a entertainment family company, so their target audience is children and families. So it makes sense that their Kids Club is banging. Let's move on and talk about private islands, the private island experience. For Royal Caribbean, you have Coco Cay, and for Disney, you have Castaway Cay, and now the Lookout Point, Lighthouse Point, whatever, Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point, I think it's called. I have not been to Lighthouse Point yet. So I'm just going to be comparing Castaway Key to Coco Cay, and hands down, Royal Caribbean takes this category. Coco Cay is everything you need is there. They have a full-on water park. They have zip lining. They have a hot air balloon. They have a swim up bar, this huge oasis lagoon. They have like water sprinkler, like I think it's called Splashaway Bay for the children. They have a beach. They have snorkeling. They have excursions. They have so much there that you could like spend 3 days there, seriously. And the beaches are absolutely beautiful. The sand is lovely. There's quiet little places where you can just sit off and read a book. There's an adult only area. I could literally go on and on. So I just feel like Coco Cay comes out on top for this. Now for Castaway Cay, I've actually done a review about it. I do like it. I think it's relaxing, but I do think that they need to add a few more things to kind of compete with, you know, their competitor islands. Like, I don't know. I haven't been to Lighthouse Point, so maybe that's a little bit more entertaining. But I think for like Castaway Cay, it's mainly just go to the beach, relax. It's a beautiful beach. The family beach, I think, is more like a little bit prettier than the Serenity Bay, which is the adult only area. And then for the food, honestly, this is the only food on Disney Cruise Line that I'm not a fan of. Their buffet on the island, I've never really liked it. So that's just me. I typically go back on the ship to eat. But if we are just comparing the overall experience at the private islands, once again, it's Coco Cay for me. Now let's talk entertainment on the ship, and I'm going to break this into two categories. The first is kind of like the headlining acts, like the big shows, the nightly shows. And so for Royal Caribbean, depending on what ship you're on, you may get a water show, an ice skating show, and kind of like a Broadway, like theater style show. For Disney, you're going to get a Broadway style show. Usually they offer 2 of them. If you're on a 7-night sailing, they also do a pirate night, which has like a bit of a show on the top, like pool deck and fireworks. So if I had to choose, I would say Disney for this. Disney is an entertainment company. This is where they shine. So whether you're doing a Frozen show, Aladdin, I've seen Beauty and the Beast. I've also seen one called, what's it called? Magic Mickey's? Golden Mickey's, it's called. All of them have been absolutely phenomenal. For Royal Caribbean, they are trying to pack a good punch, I will say. In the past years, I found their entertainment to be corny and cheesy, but recently I have really enjoyed, like, their intense water show has been outstanding. Their ice skating show is good. The X Factor or Effectors or whatever, it's like a superhero show. That's okay. It's not my favorite. But I feel like they are really trying. They've definitely upped the ante on it. So they're doing a good job. I think you could enjoy either one. But if I had to choose, because of the overall wow factor, the costumes, the music, the special effects, I'm gonna have to give this one to Disney. The next category is service, and honestly, guys, this one's going to be a tie for me because they both deliver great service. I have never had bad service on either one. I do like the fact that Disney comes around and cleans your room twice in a day, morning and evening, versus Royal, where you have to kind of pick when you want your room clean, and they come once a day. That is the only, I would say, difference. But in terms of wait staff and room attendants, just everyone that we encounter, I feel like guest services, they are all great. I'm gonna both of them get a point. Now let's have a look at activities on board. So separate from entertainment, like those headlining shows, just the overall activities on board. Now for Disney, obviously they have the pools. Some of them have playgrounds and little splash pad areas. They also have like different events going on throughout the day, like meet and greets with the characters. Depending on which ship you have, you can do basketball courts or the sports simulator, trivia and all that stuff, bingo, all that good stuff. Now for Royal Caribbean, depending on which ship you are on, you have a vast variety from rock climbing to laser tag. Like, it's just a lot going on. Those mega ships literally have everything imaginable. You will never be able to complete all the activities, and for some people the variety is what they crave. For other people, it can be downright like overwhelming, right? So it really just depends what you're looking for. I am going to give this point to Royal Caribbean simply because they have it all. They offer everything. So whatever you're looking for, you can find it. I will say, and this is going to come down to like the overall vibe of the ship as well, Royal, although they offer everything, some things are just kind of like, oh, here, splat. Like there's a playground for your kid. It isn't specialized. It isn't themed or like a lot of thought went into it. It's just something that we offer. So if you don't mind like the bare minimum for some of these activities, then yeah, they have it. They offer a little bit of everything for everybody. They're a variety ship. That is their product. All right, so the last category that I'm going to look at is the overall vibe of the cruise ship. The cruise line, what's their vibe like? So for example, Carnival's known for being the party ship, as is Virgin, and the adult only ship is Virgin's, I think. MSC has a more elevated, like classy vibe. And so what is the vibe on Royal versus Disney? I'm not going to give either of these cruise lines a point for this, because I think your vibe is just your vibe. Like, you are what you are, you know, not to give you a point for, but they are different. Okay, so Disney's vibe is obviously they're catering to families and children, so it has that homey, I hate to be cliche, but it's truly a magical vibe when you walk through those doors. When they announce you and they're like, Disney Dream, introducing the Boom family, and everybody's clapping, you're like, oh my goodness, like I've made it to the kingdom. And like Cinderella's up there waving, Mickey's over there smiling. It's truly a magical feeling. And so I don't think I've felt that on any other cruise line. For Royal, when I walk on their cruise ship, it's kind of like, wow, like this is nice. Like this is, my husband described it as, it feels like you walked into like the biggest mall at sea. It feels like a mall, like the shopping and the restaurant and even Starbucks is right there, like on the Grand Promenade. So that's kind of the vibe. As I said earlier, Royal Caribbean is a variety ship. That is their product. They're going to offer something for singles, for couples, for families, for an intergenerational families, which is great. It means everyone can find something to do and no one's going to be bored. I think that is a great thing to offer. They can offer for seniors, you know, they have crochet club and karaoke. They just have so much going on that everybody will find something to do. It does not have that homey, familiar vibe, I don't think, because it's so big, it's so many people, although, you know, you can get away from the crowd, certainly. And obviously, this is my opinion, I'm speaking for myself. Other people may walk onto a Royal cruise ship and feel like, oh, I'm home, like it is homey to them. But for me, it just feels, it feels like a vacation. It feels special, it feels exciting, but it doesn't feel like homey and cozy. And I don't know, something about Disney, when I step onto one of their ships, is a certain smell that it has as well. And it's more memories coming, flooding back to me. I think that they put a lot of thought into their layout, into, you know, that artwork that's in the hallway. Like, if you ever look at their documentaries of making one of these ships, it really is a lot of thought that goes into everything is placed somewhere for a specific reason. And I'm not saying that Royal doesn't do that, but with Disney, there's so many little Easter eggs and just different things about the ship that just make it more like a unique product. But I feel like Royal, Norwegian, Celebrity, like they all kind of offer that variety feel. And so that unique homey feeling, I've only felt it on Disney. But feel free to comment down below if you disagree with me. I am open to all opinions. This is just one chick's opinion and I'm just sharing it with you. All right, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this video. And obviously, I would never say sail this one versus this one. Like, it really just depends on what you hope to get out of a vacation. Who are you vacationing with? And you know what your preference is. Obviously, I've pointed, like, if you're a Disney fan and you can meet that price tag, because Disney is quite expensive, then go on Disney. I think you'll love it and enjoy it. It is a wonderful experience. I don't think you'll leave a Disney cruise saying I had the worst vacation ever and the service was horrible, or the food. I think all of those things are great on Disney. And the same goes for Royal. They have good food, good service, a great variety of activities and things for everyone in the family to do. I think if you're dealing with like an intergenerational family, Royal is a good choice, because great grandma can, you know, do her bingo, and grandma can karaoke, and mommy and daddy can go to the spa, and kids can go to the kids club, or, you know, flow rider, pools, whatever. It's so much to do on these ships. So either one, you're going to make a great choice. Comment down below once again with your opinion of these things, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. I hope that you guys are all doing well, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.